For you here on the Darlington School YouTube channel. We're glad to have you with us tonight. I'm Matt Davis with the play-by-play story of tonight's games. It's 2 for the price of 1, absolutely free here on the YouTube stream. But it's your Darlington Lady Tigers to get things started tonight against the Coosa Lady Eagles. And as we edge towards game time, we'll talk a little bit about these two teams, how things have gone so far throughout the early part of the season. Well, for the Darlington Lady Tigers, it's been extremely successful. They start off 5-1 in overall record, 2-0 in Region 7A Division I play. The Coosa Lady Eagles at 2-4, they are 1-1 in Region 7A Division I. One of the things I certainly want to point out about the Coosa Lady Eagles going into this matchup is the fact that this is a team that's really been improving over the last couple of years. Their head coach, Jason Shields, doing a fantastic job with this squad. I know a couple of years ago they were a winless team. Last year they won 4 games, and this year, 6 games into the season, they've already won 2 games. At this part of the season last year, they were 0-6. So again, this is a much improved team and certainly will be a formidable foe here in this basketball game. But no doubt the Darlington Lady Tigers are going to be ready for this basketball game. Coach Rush doing a fantastic job. As we've mentioned, Darlington already off to a 5-1 start for the season. Mentioned those 2 region wins. They were over Dalton Academy. That was a week ago today. 79-9 domination in that game. Other region game was at Pepperell earlier in the week, and Darlington would win that game 51-36. So successful in region play. The only loss of the season so far for Darlington is that game against Pickens, which was last Saturday, and they were taken down by a 6-0 AAA team. So it was a good learning experience for this basketball team as they move along throughout the season. But again, just glad to have you with us for tonight's action. We are about 30 seconds away from the national anthem and giving you the starting lineups and getting things ready to roll from inside the Van Ness Arena. I do want to mention that coming up next week, a week from today, it'll be the beginning of the 69th annual Seven Hills Rotary Basketball Tournament. So looking forward to that coming up. And I know that all the teams involved in that take a lot of pride in that. It's like a end of the year tournament atmosphere. It feels like the playoffs. Looking forward to that. But now time for our prayer. Now our national anthem, and we'll get you ready for the basketball game. Beautifully done, and we are just about ready for go time here inside the Van Ness Arena. We welcome you into the broadcast again, and again, just super glad to have you with us here for this basketball game. Well, folks, I do want to mention as we get ready to get things started here, the crew that's involved today in terms of the video on cameras today, Carson and Braden Holder. Replay is Nathan Patterson, and director tonight is David Corbin. And again, I'm Matt Davis with the play-by-play story. Let's give you the starting lineup. We'll start with the Coosa Lady Eagles. Again, head coach is Jason Shields. Raya Manley, a junior The starting lineup tonight, Claire Gilreath. She is a junior as well. Also number 23, Brooke McClellan, a sophomore. Number 24, Abby Jacobs. And rounding out the starting five here for the Coosa Lady Eagles this evening is number 30, McKenna Manley. She is just a freshman. So when you look at the roster for the Coosa Lady Eagles, it's a small roster. They've got 8 players on this basketball team, so they'll have 3 players on the bench tonight as this game gets ready to start. And now they're going to lower the lights down here in the Van Ness Arena, create the ambiance and atmosphere, get the Welcome to the Jungle Guns N' Roses tune rocking and rolling, and we get ready for basketball time, and we'll introduce your Darlington Lady Tigers. We're going to start with number 3, Emma Hunt, a sophomore. Number 4, Caroline Brewster in the starting lineup tonight as a senior. Number 21, Georgiana Dempsey, a senior as well. Number 24, Sophie Shoemate, a senior. And then rounding out the starting 5 for the Darlington Lady Tigers, Jaja Johnson, a senior. And again, head coach of the Darlington Lady Tigers basketball team is Samantha Rush. And we are just about ready to go here inside the Huffman Center on the beautiful Darlington School campus. Man, Friday night hoops for you here on the YouTube channel. Doesn't get any better than this, folks. It's that time of year. Hard to believe it is already December the 9th. Hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday season so far, getting ready for Christmas. And I'm certainly falling in the category of procrastinator. Everybody's asked me if I've got my Christmas shopping done. Nope, won't until Christmas Eve, because that's probably when I'll start too. The tip is going to go to the Lady Tigers. We're underway. It's time for the ball game. Tigers will dribble it off to the right wing side to Brewster. Now they work it around to the left. Georgiana Dempsey drives towards the low block, kicks it back out. They work it around the perimeter. Good ball movement, but good defense right now from the Eagles to start it off. They're going to steal it away. Headed down the floor is Manley. She goes to the low block, kicks it back out, and they will start to work it around the perimeter. Now with the basketball is a player that I do not have on my roster, so we're going to have to check that in just a couple of moments. Maybe a last-minute number change, but we'll get that corrected in just a couple of moments. Right now the Eagles working that perimeter, trying to, it looks like, to get the ball inside. There they go into the paint. They kick it back out. They're going to be trapped over in the corner, needing some help. They try to get it down low to McClellan. Ball gets loose, picked up by Georgiana Dempsey, and the Tigers are coming back the other way. We've played a minute, and nobody's put any points on the board just yet. Over on the left wing side with it's Caroline Brewster. Fires it to the left wing side. Now they're going to get down low. They work it inside of Jaja. She turns, shoots, and that one's going to rattle off the rim. It won't go. One and done trip for the Tigers. Jacobs got it for the Eagles. She'll drive across the center court stripe, loses the handle on it, and goes back court. So that's going to be a turnover here for the Eagles. Tigers are going to get the ball back. Nobody has scored. It is 6:37 remaining here in the first quarter of the basketball game. Tigers bring it down the floor. Georgiana Dempsey fires back outside to Caroline Brewster. Brewster onto the right wing side. Hits Emma Hunt. Now they go back up top. Around to Brewster. Long three-point look. That's going to go high off the rim. And the rebound's going to be picked up by Brooke McClellan. Already in this game, you're seeing the Lady Eagles doing a good job on the defensive boards and not giving extra looks here to the Darlington Lady Tigers. So the Eagles to trigger it in here in just a couple of moments with 6:16 remaining here in the first quarter, greeted by pressure here from the Darlington Lady Tigers. Eagles are going to work it up the floor. Brooke McClellan picks up the dribble, tries to fire it to a teammate. It's knocked loose by Sophie Shoemate of Darlington. Goes out of bounds, and now the Eagles are going to inbound the ball here from the near side. Eagles working from right to left, and they try to get it in bounds. It's tipped, and it goes off of an Eagle, and that was a good heads-up play there by Caroline Brewster, and the Tigers are going to get the ball back. Here comes Emma Hunt across the timeline. Dribbles right, fires that way. Brewster's got it on the right wing side. Now up top to Georgiana Dempsey. Tigers trying to work some ball movement, get an open look. They found one, a three-point look, and she drills it. Emma Hunt for three, and it's 3-0 with 5:45 remaining here in the first quarter of the contest. Ball is nearly stolen away by Darlington. It rolls out of bounds. So the Eagles will inbound here in just a couple of moments, trailing 3-0 as we get ready for Claire Gilreath to trigger it in, greeted by full court pressure here from the Lady Tigers defense. And they are able to get it in. They work it down the floor. Still trying to work around the pressure. Now they're going across the Tiger paw at center court. Picked up, brought around by Manley. Manley gives it on to her teammate on the left wing side, Claire Gilreath. Manley with it again at the top of the key, being guarded by Caroline Brewster. Almost poked it loose. Hunt up top, guarding Claire Gilreath. Now Manley with the basketball again. She's got company. Almost poked loose and free, but Coosa's able to retain possession. Almost stolen away again. They get it inside. Shot up, or rattles around the rim, and that's actually going to be a turnover against the Eagles. So this is coming back to the Tigers. They lead at 3-0. Lone basket of the first quarter is Emma Hunt, who had a three-point look about 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the ball game. Across the timeline they go. Georgiana Dempsey took the pass. Now they're going to kick it back out. Three-point look, and shot is good by Caroline Brewster. 6-0, a 6-0 run to start the game for Darlington. Full court pressure. Brooke McClellan brings it across the timeline, picks up the ball, loses the handle, and the ball ping-pongs around a little bit, goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Eagles. It was last touched by the Tigers. So we've got 4:34 left to go, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout, so we're going to do the same thing down the line. 4:34 left to go here in the first quarter. Darlington up 6-0 here in the Van Ness Arena. We're going to step out for 30 seconds. We'll be back.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
School campus. It's been yucky and rainy all week, but it's nice and cozy in here, and it's a perfect Friday evening for basketball. Of course, I could say that and insert the day of the week. It's always a good time for some basketball. We're having a good time here tonight. Sorry you couldn't make it here to the basketball game tonight, but we're glad to have live coverage on the Darlington School YouTube channel produced by Northwest Georgia Media. Appreciate them letting me have the call tonight and enjoy watching some high school basketball with y'all. 4:28 left to go in the first quarter. And that's going to be a foul charged against the Tigers. So the Coosa Lady Eagles get ready to inbound the ball between the Darlington bench and the scorer's table. Working from right to left. And they will trigger it in. Gilreath trying to find somebody to get it to. Bounce pass inside to Manley. She goes towards the low block and then is going to bank it off one of the Darlington players underneath the basket, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be with the Eagles. They'll inbound from baseline underneath the hoop. Triggering it in is Jacobs. She'll bounce pass into Brooke McClellan, who dribbles towards the right side, and the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. Good hands there by Georgiana Dempsey, deflecting the ball out of bounds, but it's staying with the Eagles. They'll fire it in. Jacobs trying to find somebody to get it to. Bounce pass out to Manley on the right wing side. She'll dribble one time, picks up her dribble, being guarded very tightly now by Caroline Jordan. Tries to bounce it into McClellan. It's picked off. Jordan's got it. It's going to pass it away to Sasha Wood. She fires right down low to Georgiana Dempsey off the glass, and it rattles in. Georgiana Dempsey with her first basket. It's 8-0. 8-0, an 8-0 run to start the game here for the Darlington Lady Tigers. Coosa Eagles are going to be greeted by full court pressure as the Darlington Lady Tigers try to put on the gas here early in this game and take control. 30:42 left to go in the first quarter. Manley with it on the right wing side, dribbles up towards the free throw line on the right side. Going to pick up her dribble, being guarded right now by Jordan. And that's going to force a turnover. This defense has been stifling here for the Darlington Tigers. Really putting a ton of pressure on the offense for the Eagles and forcing them to make mistakes. Inbound pass is going to go to Emma Hunt. She's across the timeline quick. Fires it off the left side to Sasha Wood. Back up top to Caroline Brewster. Brewster's going to drive towards the lane, and that is going to force a jump ball as Abby Jacobs grabs a hold of the ball. And this time the possession arrow is pointing the Eagles' way. So Coosa getting ready to inbound the ball, trailing 8-0 here, still early in this basketball game. 3:20 left to go in the first quarter. And we get ready for Claire Gilreath to bounce pass inside. She gets it to Raya Manley. Manley picks up her dribble. This pressure is really causing some issues here for the Lady Eagles. They're able to work around it, though. Abby Jacobs fires down low to Brooklyn McClellan, being guarded right now by Jordan. They'll fire it back out around the perimeter. Now try to work their way back inside. Not a lot there, so they'll kick it back out. There's a shot from the free throw line. That one kind of bricks off the back of the iron and then rolls in. It was kind of a strange look as it got to the rim, but Abby Jacobs gets the first points of the game here for the Lady Eagles. Darlington goes to the other side of the floor. Caroline Brewster with it on the right wing side, gives it up to Wood. Now on to the left wing side, and the ball is going to roll out of bounds. Pass was intended for Emma Hunt, but it kind of got away from her, and that'll be a turnover here for the Lady Tigers. Well, actually, it must have gone off on one of the Coosa Lady Eagles players. So the Tigers are going to hang on to the basketball, inbound on their side of the floor, working from left to right. They get it down low. Now they're going to kick it back out to Wood. Now around to Jai Johnson. Goes right into the paint. Euro step off the glass. No good. Rebound's going to be taken by Coosa. Coming down with it's Abby Jacobs. Pressure drops back. Jacobs across the timeline. She will stop, pass it over to the Tiger Paul over here at the left wing side. They go back up to the top. Manley's got it. And now Jai Johnson steals it away. Ball goes on the other end. Wood's got top of the key, bounce pass down to the right wing side, pass across the lane to Jai Johnson, gets the finish and the foul. So Jai with her first 2 points of the game, and she's got an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play if she can knock down this free throw with 2:05 left to go in the first quarter. Darlington up 10-2. 8-point lead. Shot on the way. It is good. She converts the three-point play. It's 11-2. Largest lead of the game here for Darlington. They've led the entire quarter. Started the game on an 8-0 run before Coosa would get their first points of the basketball game. Across the timelines, Abby Jacobs. Jacobs will give it off to Brooke McClellan, who drives to the low block, fires it off the backboard, won't go. Rebound's going to go to Sasha Wood of Darlington. She'll go across the Tiger Paul at center court, stops, passes to Georgiana Dempsey. A free throw line jump shot is good. And actually, that was not Dempsey. That was Caroline Jordan with her first basket of the game. Dempsey not on the floor right now. And a steal, shot, missed. Ball knocked out of bounds. It was last touched by Darlington, so it's coming back to the Eagles. 13-2 your score. Darlington on top by 11. We've got 1:31 left to go in the first quarter. Brooke McClellan to trigger it in here for the Eagles. Greeted by full court pressure. Is able to get it to her teammate Abby Jacobs, who's going to bring it across the center court stripe. Drives off to the far sidelines in front of the Darlington bench, and then tries to get it down low. Three players in the scrum for it. It's going to force a jump ball. This time the possession arrow is pointing Darlington's way. So Darlington will get ready to inbound the ball in front of their own bench with 1:19 left to go in the first quarter. As I mentioned to you earlier, we've got two games tonight. Darlington hosting the Coosa Eagles girls team and boys team coming up after this one. Jai Johnson's going to check out of the game. We'll do a little check on who all's on the floor here in just a couple of moments. But right now inbounding the ball, Sasha Wood. And she would trigger it into, well, hang on. There's a shot off the glass. Won't go for Jordan. Presley Dixon on the floor now for Darlington. Also Sasha Wood. At the free throw line is going to be Caroline Jordan. Her first time to the charity stripe. On the floor for Darlington also Sophie Shoemate. Shot on the way. That one's going to carry him off the rim. Won't go. She'll get ready for her second free throw of the pair. Again, Caroline Jordan at the charity stripe. Opportunity to get a point on the board here with the clock stop. Shot is on the way. That one's going to rattle off the rim. Won't go. Put back. Won't go. And she gets fouled. So it looks like going to the free throw line again will be the Lady Tigers this time. It will be Presley Dixon standing there with a couple of free throws. Scores 13-2, by the way. 1:08 left to go here in the first quarter of play here from the Van Ness Center, or the Van Ness Arena, rather, in the Huffman Center. Misses the first free throw. So Darlington playing a great game here so far. but kind of struggling their first couple of times up to the free throw line. Let's see if she's dialed in here for this next one. Shot is on the way. That one's going to rattle around the rim and goes. So Presley Dixon makes one of the pair, and the score moves to 14-2. Coosa works around the pressure. Thought they were going to have a run out there for a second, but the defense got back in a hurry. They're going to bounce pass down low. Can't get the shot off. Ball is stolen away. Here come the Lady Tigers back the other way. Wood's going to fire it off to the right wing side, inside to Jordan. Off the glass, it rolls in. Caroline Jordan having a great first quarter. She's got 4 points, more full court pressure. 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Here come the Eagles down the floor, and this time the official's going to blow the whistle, and the Eagles are going to go to the free throw line. Abby Jacobs is going to have a couple of opportunities from the charity stripe here with 37.8 seconds on the clock, and the Tigers leading at 16-2 here in our first game of the evening. Shot on the way. That one's going to rattle around and in. Kind of bounced high off the rim and right through the net. Get ready for the second free throw of the pair. Shot is on the way. That one is going to bounce high off the rim. This time it won't go. Rebound is going to be battled for and won by the Lady Tigers. Here they come the other way. Presley Dixon with the basketball, picks up her dribble, finds a teammate down low. Shoemate kicks it back out to Sasha Wood, lost the handle for a second, got it, gave it back to Jordan. She put it up, missed the shot, and that is going to be an offensive foul that's going to be charged against Darlington and a turnover. 21.4 seconds left first quarter. Darlington 16, Coosa 3. There's the inbound pass to Abby Jacobs. She'll work it in front of the Coosa bench, now towards center court across the midcourt stripe, the 10-second line. They're going to bounce past to Manley at the top of the key, leaves it off for Ryan Manley. Now they'll kick it out, long shot, three-point shot, and that's going to miss everything. But it was touched by a Darlington player, so the Coosa Eagles will hang on to the basketball with 5 seconds left to go in the opening quarter of play. So Jacobs set to trigger it in, trying to find a teammate. And the ball's knocked loose, stolen away by the Darlington Lady Tigers. 1 second on the clock, got to heave it towards the basket, and that is going to sail over the backboard. That is the end of the first quarter. Your Darlington Tigers on top. 16-3 is your score here at the end of the first. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back here on the Darlington School YouTube channel live stream. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Most affordable bachelor's degree in Northwest Georgia is right here at Georgia Highlands College. High quality and career focused. That's what you can expect at GHC. Apply today at highlands.edu.
Center here at Darlington School on a fairly rainy evening in the area, and I got to tell you, the way it's been raining over the last couple of weeks, it makes you feel like it's going to rain every day for the rest of your life. And it's kind of crazy because for a while there it felt like it was never going to rain. And I'm not sure why we can't just have it in doses. It's either got to be one or the other, it seems like. But enough complaining about the weather. It's time for some more basketball. We've got 8 minutes on the clock remaining now in the first half. We're entering the second quarter officially as Coosa Lady Eagles get ready to inbound the ball right now. They get it into McKenna Manley, who's dribbling right now on top of the Tiger Paw at center court. And she tries to work her way left. Took a little bit too much time, and that'll be a turnover. So 16-3 your score. Darlington leads it. We've got 7:51 remaining here in the second quarter of play. Lady Tigers have the ball for the first time of the second half. They get it inside to Dempsey, goes in, goes off the bottom of the backboard. Rebound's going to be taken by McClellan of the Eagles, and there's going to be a foul that's going to be charged against the Eagles. Again, I can't say enough nice things about the good job that Coach Shields is doing with this basketball program for the Coosa Lady Eagles. Much improvement over the last couple of years. You can see it in the way they play. Shot off the glass all alone. Nobody picked her up. As she broke free, that was Emma Grace Wood picking up her first basket of the game and increasing Darlington's lead to 15. It's 18-3. They haven't even played a minute here of the second quarter of the basketball game. Manley loses the handle, but I think it was tipped by a Darlington player, so it looks like it's going to stay with the Eagles. Abby Jacobs trying to find somebody to get the ball into, but this defense is all over the Lady Eagles, and Coosa player kind of swung an elbow right there, and they were right on top of it. They're going to call that one every time. And right now the officials are having a little bit of a conversation there, and it could be related to whether or not they should pull the trigger on a technical foul because of the way that elbow looked as she turned around. So we'll see what the end result of this conversation is in just a couple of minutes. A little bit of discussion over in front of the Darlington bench between Coach Rush and the official. And we're just about ready to resume, but it looks like there's going to be a little bit more conversation here between officials before we do resume. But we've got 7:14 left to go here in the second quarter of this basketball game. Darlington has been in control despite Coosa's best efforts to be competitive in this basketball game. They've played hard, but Darlington just got a really good team this year, off to a 5-1 start. A lot of experience on this team. They're going to work it off to the left wing side, now back up top. Now they'll feed it down low to Johnson, fires it back outside, back in to Johnson, turns, and the ball is stripped away. Here come Coosa, the Eagles, back the other way. Official blows the whistle as we get ready for Coosa to inbound the ball in front of the scorer's table. They're going to be right between the bench and the scorer's table on Coosa's side of the floor. And greeted by some pressure. They get it into Manley, dribble off to the right wing side. She goes behind the back. Nice move. Kicks it back up top. They try to get it down low to Brooke McClellan. Ball is batted away. And Tigers are going to inbound the basketball, leading at 18-3. 15-point lead here with 6:50 left to go in the second quarter of the basketball game. Bringing it up the floor is going to be Emma Hunt, the sophomore. Dribbles across the Tiger paw, fires it to the right wing side, and Emma Grace Wood. Now onto the right wing, down low. Georgiana Dempsey off the glass, missed the first shot, but she gets her second look. She's got 4 points in the game, and Darlington now leads by 17, 20-3. Full court pressure, 6:25 left to go in the second quarter. McKenna Manley with the basketball, dribbles across the 10-second line at midcourt. Now off the left wing side she goes. Ball nearly stripped away. There's a long three-point look. High arcing shot won't go. And a battle for the rebound forces a jump ball. Arrow is, well, looks like the arrow is pointing in Darlington's direction. There was a little bit of confusion. Initially, the official signaled in the opposite direction. I looked down at the scores table. It's pointing Darlington's way, and they got it sorted out. Across the timeline goes Emma Hunt, fires off to the left wing side, now back up top. Caroline Brewster with it. She goes right into the paint, puts it off the glass. Doesn't go in, but she gets fouled, so we're going to see her going to the free throw line here in just a couple of moments. So Caroline Brewster with her first trip to the charity stripe here in this basketball game. We're still in the first half. Darlington leads at 20-3, well in control of this first half of play. Shot on the way, and it is good. Get ready for the second shot. Brewster puts her second free throw of the pair up. That one's going to fall as well. And now the score moves to 22-3. Coosa with the basketball, going to bring it up the floor. Under 6 minutes to play now here in the first half of play. Both of these teams getting ready for the Christmas tournament, which is 1 week away. Can't wait for that. Hard to believe that event is getting ready for its 69th installment. What a tradition in our area. That's going to go off the foot of one of the Eagles players, a scrum for it, and it's going to stay with the Coosa Eagles. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the floor, so we're going to do the same thing as well. 5:37 left to go here in the second quarter. Your Darlington Tigers up 22-3 over the Coosa Lady Eagles here in the Van Ness Arena. Let's step out for 30 seconds.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
Van Ness Arena for Darlington basketball night here on the Darlington School YouTube stream. We greatly appreciate you viewing the game today. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to be here with you tonight, bring these games to you. And we're just about to resume with 5:37 left to go in the second quarter, with Darlington dominating this first half, up 22-3, despite a spirited effort here from the Coosa Lady Eagles. Both teams fighting hard tonight. This is an important game. This is a region game, obviously, for both of these teams. McClellan's going to fire it in to start play after the timeout. And immediately we're going to have a stoppage of play. And we'll get ready for Abby Jacobs to feed the ball in here for the Eagles here in the first half of play. They've got it over on the left wing side. Got it into Raya Manley. And they tried to pass it over to the left wing. And it was deflected out of bounds, I believe, by Jaja Johnson of Darlington. So it's going to stay with the Lady Eagles. And we get ready for Brooke McClellan to trigger it in here in just a couple of moments. She's going to lob it up, down low. Tries to get the shot up. That's Riley Manley, is fouled. So I believe we're going to see her go to the charity stripe for the first time of the basketball game. So this is a good opportunity. If you're the Coosa Lady Eagles, down 22-3, you need to get the ball into the paint and find yourself at the charity stripe to try to get some points with the clock stop. Try to climb back in this game. That's going to carry them off the rim. It won't go. She'll get ready for her next free throw. Checking in is going to be Emma Hunt. Checking out is Sasha Wood for your Darlington Lady Tigers. One more free throw coming up from Manley. She'll put it up. That goes off the back of the rim. And the rebound's going to go to Georgiana Dempsey, who's going to pass it off to Emma Hunt, who brings it up the floor and quick. They work it down to the right wing side. Now back on to Hunt, up top to Georgiana Dempsey. She fires off the left wing side. Wood has got it. Now back up top. Now to the right wing side they go to Shoemate. She'll get it into Johnson. Post up, shoots. That's going to go off the rim. She's got a putback, though. That one won't fall. And a battle for the rebound is won by Georgiana Dempsey. She'll fire to the left wing. Three-point look is good. Emma Hunt knocks down another one. She's got 2 threes tonight, and Darlington owns a 25-3 lead. 4:50 left to go in the second quarter. Dribbling across the timeline is Raya Manley. Manley around the Tiger Paw, gives it off to Brooke McClellan. McClellan fires to the left wing side. And now she is guarded very tightly by Sophie Shoemate. Nearly forces a turnover. It's going to stay with Coosa as more subs come into the game here for Darlington. Checking in, you're going to have Sydney Rush as well as Caroline Jordan. And the Eagles will inbound the ball trailing 25-3. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, by Coosa. So this is coming back the other way. Darlington's going to get the basketball after a Coosa turnover. With 4:30 left to go here in the first half, we get ready for Sydney Rush to fire it in and get things started here on offense. Gets the ball into Emma Hunt, who will set things in motion. Shoemate's got it over on the left wing side, back up top to Rush. Now onto the right wing they go, back to Hunt. Now onto Jaja Johnson. They fire it inside to Jordan, off the glass, and it's good. Rolled around the rim a couple of times, but finally made its way home through the hoop. 27-3. Darlington on top. 4:05 left to go in the first half. Across the timeline goes Raya Manley. Dribbles off to the right wing side. Fires back up top to Brooke McClellan. McClellan will dribble off to the right wing side. Picks up her dribble. Fires inside. Ball is deflected, but it stays with Coosa. They retain possession. And we're going to have a whistle. And a foul that's going to go against the Lady Tigers. That foul was on the floor. We'll get ready for the Lady Eagles to inbound the basketball, trailing by a whopping 24 points here in this basketball game here early in the game. 3:47 left to go in the second quarter as we get ready for Jacobs to inbound the ball. She's going to find Manley. Shot is up off the glass, won't go. Rebound taken down by Jordan and the Tigers. Here comes Emma Hunt down the other side of the floor, lobs it up down low. Nice pass inside to Jaja Johnson off the glass. Jaja with the finish, but you want to make sure you give credit for Alex Tran for getting that pass inside to her that set up that play. 2 passes to create that look. That was a great play there by the Darlington Lady Tigers. Now the Eagles on the other side with it with 3:12 left to go in the first half. They get it down to Brooke McClellan. She fires it back outside. Now on the left wing side. Good ball movement right now from the Lady Eagles. Back up top they go. But really great defense throughout this first half by Darlington. Long 3-point shot. That one hits the iron but won't go. And Jordan has the ball. She traveled. A little bit of confusion there on that play. So that's going to be a turnover for the Lady Tigers. And she was getting ready to pass the ball. She was trying to get it to Emma Hunt. Realized Emma wasn't looking, so she kind of hesitated, shuffled her feet, and then threw the ball, and it hit him in the face as she wasn't quite prepared for the pass. But nonetheless, Coosa's got the basketball. They're going to work their way down towards the low block. Ball stolen right back away. Georgiana Dempsey's got it. She goes coast to coast underneath the basket and lost the handle as she was trying to go up for the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. And I said that was well, anyway, Coosa coming back the other way. Ryan Manley's got it. She's across the timeline, dribbles right, picks it up. It's going to fire off to the left wing side, and Jacobs' ball is loose. Who's going to get it? Georgiana Dempsey chasing after it. It was picked up by Abby Jacobs, and Coosa is headed back the other way with it, as Jacobs had a couple of steps on the ball. Eagles with the ball, trailing. 2:15 left to go here in the first half. They work it around the perimeter. And ball nearly stolen by Georgiana Dempsey. It's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Lady Eagles. Going to have more basketball for you on the live stream. Obviously, we mentioned to you earlier, we've got a boys game coming up later on tonight. But we're going to have one for you coming up tomorrow, as well as the Darlington Tigers boys team is going to host Rockmart. So that should be a lot of fun. We're going to have basketball for you all weekend long right here on the Darlington School YouTube stream. So after everything shakes out, Darlington's going to have the basketball, and they will inbound the ball over to Caroline Brewster, who is at the top of the key with it. She'll fire it off the left wing side. They get it inside to Georgiana Dempsey. Turns, fires a little too strong there on the shot, and the rebound's going to go to the Eagles. Brooke McClellan is going to leave it off for Abby Jacobs. Jacobs across the timeline feeds it to Ryan Manley. Manley back on to McClellan, standing on one of the toes of the Tiger Paw. On to Jacobs. She'll work her way towards the paint, fires it back outside, gets it in the hands of Haley Carpenter. They try to get it off to the right wing side, and Georgiana Dempsey dives towards it and knocks the ball out of bounds. So it's going to stay with the Eagles. Brooke McClellan runs over, is going to inbound the ball from the far side in between the scorer's table and the Darlington bench. So McClellan to trigger it in and set things in motion here for the Eagles. Ball bounces, and it's picked off by the Tigers. Here they come the other way. Rush, I picked that one off, and into the paint goes Caroline Brewster. Gets fouled on her way in. Or actually, that's going to be an offensive foul. And Coosa will get ready to trigger it in, trailing 29-3. Darlington on top by 26 points with 1:22 left to go here in the first half. Coosa across the timeline with it. They're going to work it off towards the right wing side. Georgiana Dempsey gets her hands in there and deflects the ball. And she is just all over the place in terms of defense, knocking balls loose. Great effort here. And as well as Darlington's playing offensively, their defense is just absolutely suffocating this Coosa offense. They can't get any looks at all. They'll fire the ball in. Rebounded, or Manley's got the basketball. She's covered up. She's going to pass it off to Brooke McClellan. McClellan feeds it on to Gilreath. Gilreath on to Manley. She goes down towards the low block, fires it down low. They kick it back out. There's a long look, and that one bounces off the rim, won't go. Put back for Brooke McClellan, won't fall, but she does draw the foul, so we're going to see Brooke McClellan go into the free throw line. She'll dribble the ball a couple of times for the first free throw. That one's going to be off the side of the rim, won't go. She'll get ready for her next free throw. So Brooke McClellan with one more free throw of this pair. This one is on the mark. She knocks that one down. That's her first point of the game, and the first point for Coosa here in 7 minutes and 8 seconds into the second quarter. So we've only got 40-something seconds left to go now, left in this quarter. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Coosa. 40 seconds left to go here in the half. Coosa brings it up the floor in the hands of Gilreath, fires it to the right wing side, gets it to Raya Manley. Now they go back out to Brooke McClellan. She drives towards the top of the key, leaves it off for Gilreath. Gilreath dribbles right, 24 seconds on the clock, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Still getting used to that. There's Brooke McClellan, goes in, gets blocked. Jordan got her hands up, knocked it down. Here come the Tigers down the other way with 14 seconds left on the clock. Off the glass and in for Georgiana Dempsey. An easy layup after a nice pass inside. 7 seconds on the clock in the quarter. Darlington up 31-4, 3 seconds. Coosa's got to hurry. I don't think they're aware of how much is on the clock. Won't shoot the ball, and that is what your score will remain after one half of play. Darlington dominates the first half. Score at halftime, 31-4. We're going to step out for about 3 minutes. We'll come back and run down the scoring from the first half and begin to set the stage for the second half of play from in here inside at the Van Ness Arena. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
The most affordable bachelor's degree in Northwest Georgia is right here at Georgia Highlands College. High quality and career focused. That's what you can expect at GHC. Apply today at highlands.edu.
tonight here in the area is the Van Arena and the Huffman Center on the Darlington School campus, as it's Darlington basketball night for you on the YouTube channel. Darlington Lady Tigers dominant performance there in the first half over the Coosa Lady Eagles. Your score at halftime is 31-4. When you look back in the scorebook, Darlington would outscore Coosa there in the first quarter 16-3 and 15-1 in the second quarter. And a couple of observations from the game. The Darlington defense has just absolutely smothered Coosa the entirety of the first 16 minutes of the basketball game, and they've done a good job of creating open looks and getting several players involved in terms of the offense, and we'll illustrate that for you as we run down the scoring. We're going to start with the Coosa Lady Eagles. They would pick up 3 points from Abby Jacobs there in the first quarter after Darlington had opened up the game with an 8-0 run. In the second quarter would only notch 1 point. That was Brooke McClellan late in the first half as she knocked down a free throw, one of a pair that she had, as I mentioned, late in that second quarter. So that's all the scoring there from Coosa there in the first half of the basketball game. For the Darlington Lady Tigers, they did a great job there in that first half, getting some points on the board and had a lot of players getting involved there, as we just mentioned. But we'll start with Presley Dixon, knocked down a free throw there in the first quarter. Have 1 point, 2 points for Emma Grace Wood, and then you would have 5 points for Jaja Johnson, 5 for Caroline Brewster, and then you would have 3 players with 6 points tied for leading scorers of the game. Emma Hunt would have 6 with a couple of 3-pointers, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, and then Caroline Jordan would knock down 3 twos and would have 6 points there in the first half. And then Georgiana Dempsey would have 2 points in the first quarter and 4 points in the second quarter to notch her 6 points in the game. So again, 3 players with 6 leading scorers in the game. Emma Hunt, also Caroline Jordan, and Georgiana Dempsey here for the Darlington Lady Tigers. We're glad to have you with us tonight, and that should all add up to Darlington's 31 points to Coosa's 4. To kind of give you a little bit of information about what these couple of teams have coming up in terms of their schedule. The Darlington Lady Tigers, as we mentioned to you, playing Coosa tonight here at home. They're going to hit the road coming up next week, going up to Chattooga High School to play the Chattooga Lady Indians. That's going to be a 6 o'clock tip-off, again, from Chattooga High School coming up on Tuesday. Then they'll begin to turn their attention to the Christmas tournament, which begins next Friday on December the 16th. And the way the tournament is going to work this year, the way that the holiday has fallen in terms of the weekend, is the Christmas tournament's going to begin on Friday, December the 16th, and then we'll go December the 16th and 17th, that's Friday and Saturday, take a pause on Sunday, and then we'll resume on Monday and conclude on Tuesday with the championship games. And we'll see what happens there. If the Darlington teams can get to that point, we'll see what happens. I think both the teams for Darlington have a great shot of playing for a gold ball, but there's some good teams that are going to be involved in the tournament this year, so we'll just have to see what happens as things get started. But I will mention, in terms of the tournament, the location will be like it's been the last couple of years since the COVID year in 2020, as Almerchi's going to host in their new gym, and then also what they call their main gym, which is their old gym, which I understand had some renovations and some updates and everything over the course of the last year. So interested in seeing that for sure. But so that's how it will be for the first couple of days of the tournament, or rather the first 3 days of the tournament, and then everything for the championships will shift over to Barry College coming up on that Tuesday, which will be the 20th. So again, really looking forward to that, and I'm not sure if there'll be video coverage of that, but I do want to mention, if Nathan doesn't mind if I give a little plug here for WLAQ, we will have radio coverage on WLAQ of the tournament for the games that you can't make it to. But the best thing to do is pay the admission and go support the kids and the fundraiser that tournament is, and create an awesome atmosphere like everybody in the area always does. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than the Christmas tournament when that rolls around. Well, folks, we're getting ready for the second half to begin here in about 2.5 minutes. Why don't we take another break? Let's step out for 2 minutes down the line, 2 minutes down the line, and we'll get you ready for the start of the second half. Your Darlington Lady Tigers on top here at halftime, 31-4 over the Coosa Lady Eagles. We'll be back for the second half in 2 minutes.
Darlington Basketball would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of this year's live stream: Riverside Auto Group, Rome Orthopedic Center, Georgia Highlands College, and Atrium Health Floyd. Thank you for your support. This broadcast is a production of Northwest Georgia Media. Thank you for watching.
Game going to have a nightcap for you coming up just a few minutes after the end of this one. But we got a whole nother half to go. Darlington in big time control of this one though here as they get ready to start play to start the second half. Darlington has possession of the basketball out of the locker room at halftime and leading it 31-4. And folks, it's time. Here's the buzzer. Georgiana Dempsey gets ready to inbound the basketball. Emma Hunt is standing in the backcourt here for the Lady Tigers, and they'll give it to her. She'll bring it across the center court stripe, works her way off to the right wing side. Caroline Brewster will feed it in to Shoemate. On to Georgiana Dempsey. Dempsey picks it up, passes it off to Hunt. Now to Dempsey to Hunt. A long three-point look. Had a good line, it looked like, but won't go a little bit too strong. Rebound's going to be taken by Claire Gilreath. Gilreath on to Raya Manley. Manley across the timeline. Picks up her dribble, being guarded right now by Emma Hunt. Trying to find some help and not getting it right now. And that's going to be a turnover. So Darlington still causing a lot of problems here in the first seconds of the second half on defense for the Coosa Lady Eagles. Dempsey with it over on the left wing side, fires up to Hunt. Now onto the right wing side and Brewster. Brewster drives towards the lane, puts it up, and that one's going to rattle in. Caroline Brewster now with 7 points, leads all scorers in the basketball game. Bringing it up the floor is Ryan Manley. Manley across the timeline, dribbles right, being guarded by Hunt. Now going to fire it off to Abby Jacobs. Jacobs is going to dribble a couple of times and pass it off to Brooke McClellan. Lost the handle but retains possession. Dribbles off the left wing side. Picks it up now on to Manley. Being guarded by Georgiana Dempsey at the top of the key. Now they kick it back out to the right wing side. Manley spins around and into the paint. Puts it up. A little floater. Won't go. Rebound's going to be taken by the Tigers and Sophie Shoemate. And here come the Tigers quickly on the other end of the floor. Brewster puts it up. It rolls around the rim. And Jaja Johnson's there to clean it up and grab the points. So Johnson now with 7 points. You got two players with 7 here for Darlington. Jaja and also Caroline Brewster. Across the timeline goes Ryan Manley. Manley dribbles towards the sidelines on the right wing side. Now he's going to leave it off for McKenna Manley. Now off to left wing they go. And Claire Gilreath. Good ball movement right now from the Coosa Eagles. We've played about 2 minutes of our third period. Darlington leads at 35-4. And have the only points here of the second half so far. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul. I think they got Caroline Brewster on, no, that's going to be on Coosa. So Brewster's going to get ready to inbound the basketball. Just under 6 minutes to play. She'll feed it in to Emma Hunt. Hunt will dribble it up the court and across the timeline. Fires off to the right wing side. Picked up by Brewster. Now on to Hunt. Now on to Georgiana Dempsey on the left wing. She'll pick up her dribble. Passes it on to Jaja Johnson. Open look at a three-point shot. That one's off the front of the rim for Hunt. Going to be Rebounded baseline by Coosa. They'll bring it up the other way. Dribbling fast is Ryan Manley, being guarded by Georgiana Dempsey. Drives around, puts up the shot off the glass, and in. That was a nifty little move there by Ryan Manley to pick up her first basket and Coosa's first of the second half. 35-6 is your score. Darlington on top. 5:14 left to go in the third quarter. A little bit of body contact there from Claire Gilreath. She'll pick up a foul. And Darlington will feed it in. They get it into Emma Hunt. Picks it up, fires it on the left wing side of Georgiana Dempsey. Long three is going to bounce off the rim and goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. So it's coming back to the Coosa Lady Eagles. To inbound the ball is going to be Brooke McClellan. She'll feed it in to Ryan Manley, who dribbles across the 10-second line at center court. Picks up her dribble, fires it off to her teammate Abby Jacobs, who's at the top of the key. Leaves it off for McKenna Manley. Tries to spin around. Has got three players on top of her. Manley dribbles now towards the paint. It is stripped away by Georgiana Dempsey. All alone is going to be Caroline Brewster for the layup, and it's good. Caroline Brewster now with 9 points, leads all scorers in the basketball game. Darlington is back to a 31-point lead in the game. 4:24 left to go in the third quarter. Long three-point look in and out for Manley. Rebound's going to be taken by Emma Hunt for Darlington. Coast-to-coast pass down to Dempsey off the glass and in. Wow, that was a nice pass by Hunt down to Dempsey with the finish. She's got 8 points. 39-6 your score. Darlington with a 33-point lead here with half of a third quarter left to go. Substitutions into the game for Darlington. Checking in, you're going to have Emma Grace Wood, also Presley Dixon, as well as Caroline Jordan. Remaining on the floor, Emma Hunt and Georgiana Dempsey. And that's going to be a turnover as the Tigers get ready to feed the ball in, leading at 39-6. And another substitution coming into the game. Checking out is going to be Emma Hunt. In for her will be Sasha Wood. Sasha Wood, the freshman. She'll dribble it across the timeline, set things in motion on offense. There's Georgiana Dempsey with a quick look, and it is good. Georgiana Dempsey adds another pair of points. And the lead increases to 41-6. 3:42 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Brooklyn McClellan with the basketball. Dribbles off the left wing side. Now picks up her dribble. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Abby Jacobs does. Ball is not loose. Sasha Wood battles for it. And we've got quite a battle for it. That's going to force a jump ball. Possession arrows pointing Coosa's way, so they will retain possession of the basketball. We get ready for Brooke McClellan to inbound the basketball. She's going to be guarded by Caroline Jordan as she tries to get the ball in. She gets it into Ryan Manley. Manley dribbles at center court with it. Shakes off a defender. Now passes the ball to a teammate, Abby Jacobs. Jacobs towards the low block. Feeds it out to the right wing side. They get it into Carpenter. Carpenter tries to pass it inside, but the pass is picked off by Georgiana Dempsey, who's headed the other way with it. Picks up her dribble. Is going to feed it off to her teammate, Emma Grace Wood. Now on to Sasha Wood. Back off to the right wing side. Emma Grace. Now Sasha Wood with a three-point look. Got her feet set. Had a pretty good look. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. The putback's off the glass and in. So Sasha Wood gets her first basket of the game, and Darlington now leads 43-6. 2:40 left to go third quarter. Brooke McClellan fires it off to the left wing side. Has it in the hands of Anna Francis. And now the ball is going to be poked loose and out of bounds. It's last touched by the Tigers. Going to have another couple of substitutions, one for Darlington, one for Coosa. Checking in for Darlington is going to be Alex Tran. Checking out Georgiana Dempsey. Gets a nice round of applause from the Darlington fans on the other side. And checking in for Coosa is going to be Manley, McKenna Manley. She'll fire it in to Brooke McClellan. Brooke over on the left wing side with it, picks up her dribble. She's going to try to get it down to Manley, but it's stolen away. Here's Dixon, coast to coast after the steal, rattles off the rim. It will not go. And then she is going to foul directly after the missed shot. So Coosa is going to inbound the ball after the Presley-Dixon foul. Bringing it up the floor is going to be Ryan Manley. She dribbles up across the timeline, picks up her dribble, fires it on to Brooke McClellan. Fakes a couple of times, feeds it into McKenna Manley. Now they try to get it back outside. It's stolen away. Sasha Wood with good hands goes down the floor, tries to lay it in, hits the bottom of the rim. Ball is going to be taken down the other side of the floor by Coosa after a one-and-done trip for Darlington. And they lose control, but I think it was last touched by Darlington. So it's going to stay with Coosa as we get ready for McKenna Manley, the freshman, to inbound the ball here for the Eagles. Getting close to the start of our fourth quarter of this basketball game, but again, Darlington has dominated every quarter of the game so far. So it's, even at this point, with as much time as left, it's really a matter of what the final score is going to be. This one got away from Coosa pretty early on. Here's a inside three-point range. Ball deflected out of bounds by Coosa, so Darlington getting set to inbound the ball, leading at 43-6. It is fired in. There's Tran with it. It's going to fire back out to Sasha Wood. There's a long look, not a three-point range, but a long shot nonetheless. It's missed. Rebound's taken by Coosa. They'll head the other way with it. Ryan Manley with it. Dribbles right. Now goes down towards the low block. Fires it back out to Brooke. This is good ball movement. Wide open three-point look, and she drills it. That was the best play of the game, if you ask me, here for Coosa. They had excellent ball movement. A couple of passes created a wide open look at a three, and great execution on the shot by McKenna. Long three-point look on the other end, bounces high off the rim. Rebounds taken by Darlington. There's Sasha Wood. That one caroms off the rim, won't go. And Darlington gets another rebound, and they may get another look at it. 21 seconds left on the shot clock, 47 seconds left on the play clock. There's a long look. That one's going to go off the rim. Rebounds battled for, and a jump ball forced. Possession arrows pointing Darlington's way, so they get ready to inbound the basketball with Emma Grace Wood, the sophomore, underneath their basket, going to inbound baseline. They fire it in, free throw line, try to get it down low to Sydney Rush. Ball sails out of bounds. It was deflected by a Coosa player, so it's going to stay with Darlington. Emma Grace Wood looking for somebody to fire it into, and tries to fire it down low to Dixon. Ball got loose, picked up by the Eagles. And now McKenna has got it over on the left wing side after knocking down a three on the last possession here for Coosa. Goes off the foot of Brooke McClellan. Now off of pinballs off of one of the Darlington players. And it's going to stay with the Eagles with 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Boys game coming up shortly after the conclusion of this one, but we got a whole nother quarter to go here in just a couple of moments. Eagles with the basketball. Brooks got it, fires. That's going to be missed. Rebound's going to be taken by Presley-Dixon. She's going to go coast to coast with it and kind of loses the handle. The ball gets caught between her leg and her arm and travels. That'll be a turnover. Eagles are going to inbound the basketball. They get it into Ryan Manley, who brings it up the floor and across the center court stripe. Fires to left wing side. Brooke McClellan gets it down low. Ball is loose, and that's the end of the third quarter. Darlington leads at 43-9 at the end of one. It's going to be a 2-minute shortened fourth quarter because of the mercy rule for our final quarter of the game. Let's step out for about 30 seconds. Everybody, glad to be with you tonight with some high school basketball here from Darlington School. It's been a very successful night, and there have been a lot of successful nights here for this Darlington Lady Tigers basketball season here in the early part of this season. as they are 5-1, looking to make it 6-1 tonight, and they're well on their way with a 43-9 lead as we get ready for a 2-minute shortened fourth quarter. 6 minutes on the clock as we get ready to resume play. So, man, what a performance tonight here by Darlington. Can't say enough nice things about the defense that they've played tonight. It all starts there. And then the way they've been able to distribute the ball in terms of the offense. You got almost everybody that's been in the game has got themselves some points in this basketball game. Great team effort here tonight for the Darlington Lady Tigers. Jaja Johnson, the feed. They work it around the perimeter on to Emma Hunt, who gets it inside to Jordan off the glass. Good ball movement and the finish from Jordan. She's got 8 points in the basketball game. Leading scorer tonight so far is Georgiana Dempsey. She's got 10. 45-9 your score. On top with 5:35 left to go in the game. Long three-point look on the other side. Karams off the rim. Wanted to go, didn't. Rebound's going to be taken by the Tigers. They're going to fire off to the right wing side. They get it inside to Jordan. She'll post up, turn, shoots off the glass and in. Having a whale of a basketball game now. She's got 10 points, so her and Georgiana tied for leading scorer of this basketball game tonight. Across the timeline goes Raya Manley here for Coosa. With just about 5 minutes to play in the basketball game. They're going to work it around to left wing side over into the corner. No shot taken there. They'll feed it back up top to McKenna Manley. McKenna looking for some help here. Ball is poked loose, but they'll retain possession. Coosa still battling despite this game being out of range for quite a while now. Eagles with the ball on the left wing side. And that is going to be a shot clock violation. I think that's the first time in all of my many years of broadcasting high school sports that I've uttered the words shot clock violation. This is the first year in JHSA that you've had the shot clock. So Darlington with the ball after the turnover on the violation. Ball is stolen away. Good hands there by Claire Gilreath, but it's stolen right back by the Darlington Tigers. They've got it on the other end. Driving towards the basket. They kick it back out to Jaja Johnson. She's at the top of the key, puts it up, bounces high off the rim, won't go. And they're going to say it was an offensive foul against Jaja. Kind of a delayed call there. And a little bit of confusion as Coosa was running down the floor with nobody to inbound the basketball, but they got that settled, and firing it in is Abby Jacobs. Bringing it up the floor is Raya Manley. Manley dribbles off to the right wing side, back up top to McKenna Manley. Now on the left wing side, they go back up top. Couple of passes, and Coosa working it around. We're down to the 4-minute mark. They have her trapped in the corner. Ball is stolen away, and I think Emma Hunt may have got poked in the eye just then. We're going to have a timeout here for an injured player. As Emma Hunt, I think, may have gotten poked in the eye. She's kind of grabbing at her face a little bit. And Coach Rush is going to come over and take a look at her. They see her check out of the game. Coosa's getting set to inbound the basketball. Donnie Brown, the trainer for the Tigers, is going to go have a look at Hunt. So hopefully she's going to be okay. And again, I think she got poked in the eye. They're having a look at her right now. Darlington set to inbound the basketball. They're going to get it in to Sasha Wood. She's across the timeline, fires out to the right wing side. Sophie Shoemake with it, the senior. They give it off to the left wing side, now inside to Jordan, who's had just an excellent game. There's Shoemake with a jump shot. That one won't go. Batted out of bounds. Last touch by Darlington as Sydney Rush spiked it out of bounds. So it's coming back to the Coosa Eagles. We've got 3:27 left to go in the ball game. Tell you who all's on the floor here for both teams. For Coosa, you're going to have Anna Francis, also Raya Manley, as well as Brooke McClellan, Haley Carpenter, and Abby Jacobs. For Darlington, you're going to have Caroline Brewster, Georgiana Dempsey, Sasha Wood, Sydney Rush, and then the fifth player out there for Darlington right now is going to be Emma Grace Wood. So that's everybody that's on the floor right now. Coosa fires it in, trailing 47-9. Coosa with the basketball. We're almost to the 3-minute mark of our shortened fourth quarter due to mercy rule. Brooke McClellan with it. She's going to leave it off for Ryan Manley. Manley dribbles at the top of the key. Back out to Brooke McClellan. 4-3. That's off the front of the rim. Won't go. Coosa gets the rebound, but the ball is going to be stolen away. Here comes Caroline down the other end. Goes coast to coast. Gets fouled. And we're going to see her go to the free throw line, shooting 2. Caroline in this game's had 9 points. Got 2 players in the game for Darlington that got 10 points. If Caroline knocks down this free throw, she'll also have 10 and make it 3. That one goes off the rim. Won't go. We'll get ready for her second free throw. Checking back into the game here for the Tigers, Alex Tran. Checking out is Sydney Rush. So a lot of players on the bench tonight getting some playing time and some minutes here in a region game. That's always important. Long shot. That is not going to go. Score remains 47-9 and a battle for it over on the sidelines. Results in Eagles getting ready to inbound the basketball. To trigger it in is going to be Anna Francis. She'll bounce it in to Ryan Manley, the junior, who's going to bring it up across the timeline. Works her way off to the right wing side. Back up top they go. They work it around the left wing. Stolen away by Georgiana Dempsey with 2:30 left to go here in the game. Here we go down the other end. Sasha Wood takes the pass in the paint, kicks it back out. Now back outside they go to Brewster. Now on to Dempsey. Dempsey fires it to the right wing side. Now back to Dempsey, and it is good. Shoots and scores. She's now got 12 points, leads all scorers in the game, and Darlington's up by 40. 49-9 is your score. We're almost to the 2-minute mark of the basketball game. Coosa with the basketball. Brooke McClellan. Right wing side now back up top. They fire it off the left wing side. Now back up to the top of the key to Ryan Manley. Now on to Brooke. McClellan fires back to Ryan. Now on the left wing side, wide open three-point look, high-arcing shot, good-looking shot by Abby Jacobs. She's now got 6 points and leads Coosa in terms of scoring, and a timeout's going to be called by the Darlington Tigers. Samantha Rush calls that one. 1:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Darlington up 49-12. Let's step out for 30 seconds.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
Beautiful Darlington School campus here inside the Huffman Center. Beautiful facility. They got a new floor here at Darlington that was put in recently. Absolutely stunning if you haven't seen it. Well, I mean, if you're listening to this, you're watching on the video, so you have seen it. Shot is off the glass and in, but it looks even better in person is what I was trying to say. 14 points now for Georgiana Dempsey after she banks that one in. 51-12. Is the score with 1:20 remaining in this basketball game. This one was decided long ago. It's a matter of what the final score is. McKenna Manley passes, shot off the glass by Ryan Manley is missed. The rebound's taken by Darlington, bringing it up the floor. Presley Dixon passes it to Sasha Wood, now onto the right wing side. And Tran now back to Wood. And that's a long look, won't go, misses the rim. Ball kept in bounds by Georgiana Dempsey, but it goes to McKenna Manley of Coosa. She'll bring it across the timeline. 49 seconds left to go in the game. Brooke McClellan with it. Now on to Manley. Manley picks up, well, is going to hand it off to Raya Manley. Now drives towards the low block, heaves it up towards the basket, rattles around the rim, won't go. And now here comes Darlington back the other way, and quick down low pass, shot off the glass, won't go. And that is going to be a whistle by the official, and a foul going to be charged against Darlington. We got 28 seconds left to go on the clock in this basketball game. No differential between the official clock and the shot clock. Coosa's got the ball on the other end. Three-point look for Manley is missed. 17 seconds on the clock, and Darlington's going to get the long rebound there and bring it up the other side of the floor. Bringing it up the floor, Sasha Wood across the timeline, goes off the shoe of Tran, passes it to left wing side. Shot off the back of the rim, won't go. 2 seconds left on the clock. Ball loose on the floor, and that is going to be the end of the basketball game. Your Darlington Lady Tigers' dominant performance tonight. They will win it. 51-12 is your final score, and Darlington moves to 6-1 overall, 3-0 in Region 7A Division I. Coosa falls to 2-5. They are 1-2 in Region 7A Division I. So just a whale of a start to the season here for the Darlington Lady Tigers, and again win this one tonight, 51-12. We're going to take about a 2-minute break. We'll come back and run down the scoring from our first game, then we'll go get a check on the rosters and starting lineups for the boys game, which is going to be coming up in about 15 minutes. But we're glad you're with us tonight on the Darlington School YouTube stream, produced by Northwest Georgia Media, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes to run down the scoring from the first game.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
The most affordable bachelor's degree in Northwest Georgia is right here at Georgia Highlands College. High quality and career focused. That's what you can expect at GHC. Apply today at highlands.edu.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
Game for the their sixth victory of the season to move to 6-1, 3-0 in Region 7A Division I play, and they win it by a final score of 51-12. And let's talk about the scoring. We'll start with the Coosa Eagles. They would pick up 2 points from Ryan Manley, 1 from Brooke McClellan. You would have 3 points from McKenna Manley, and the leading scorer tonight for the Coosa Lady Eagles was 6, was Abby Jacobs. That all totals up to their 12. For your Darlington Lady Tigers, Emma Hunt would pick up 6 points, 9 for Caroline Brewster, 2 points for Sasha Wood, 1 for Presley Dixon, 2 points for Emma Grace Wood, 7 points for Jaja Johnson. Then you would have 10 points from Caroline Jordan, and the leading scorer tonight here for the Darlington Lady Tigers was Georgiana Dempsey, who notched 14 points in tonight's contest, and that should all add up to 51 points. It did for me with your final score, 51-12 in favor of Darlington Lady Tigers over the Coosa Lady Eagles. So congratulations to Coach Rush and her team on a very solid victory tonight here in the Van Ness Arena. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a break for several minutes here. I'm going to run down the scores table and get the information about our boys game, which is coming up here in a little bit. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes for the Darlington Tigers and the Coosa Eagles to lock horns on the hard court tonight inside the Van Ness Arena. We'll be back in just moments.
Darlington Basketball would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of this year's live stream: Riverside Auto Group, Rome Orthopedic Center, Georgia Highlands College, and Atrium Health Floyd. Thank you for your support. This broadcast is a production of Northwest Georgia Media. Thank you for watching.